Lemons Homebrew
coming at you guys.
And today I'm supplying the beer because I accidentally got a shipment of some Deschutes beer in my store that I wasn't supposed to get. And obviously, being the receiving clerk, I was like, no, this is staying.
Yeah,
so
he signed it in.
So here we have it from Deschutes, the 2014 Reserve. Mirror, guys. Look at that. Looks pretty nice, huh? Well, Dad, tell them a little bit about this.
This is an English barley wine. It is 11.2%. And it was one of the first releases of their special release series early on.
I think it actually has a little quote here that we can read. It says, "The Reserve Series romance all began with our first release of this limited edition brew. Mirror, born of a double batch of Mirror Pond Pale Ale, is an inspired barley wine ale layered with intriguing nuances. Explore this latest incarnation and enjoy its delicious complexity in every sip."
Well, we know Mirror Pond Ale very well. So,
yeah, this one's cool because it's a barley wine ale with 50% aged in wine barrels.
What is the date on that, Christian? Or what do they tell us?
All right. Well, the drink by or best after date is 2/24 of 15.
So Christian's got another bottle.
I have another bottle at home. Obviously, I wanted to drink it now. I mean, who doesn't? So let's get this one cracking.
Really?
All right, so here it is. Let's get the pour.
Ooh.
That's pretty nice. Look at that. It's got a nice head to it. Very nice. We'll come back to the rest of this.
That is pretty. It's when it poured, it looked like kind of a medium color brown. But when you get it in a glass, it's like a dark ruby color with a little bit of brown, but really dark ruby looking. Very nice looking.
Yeah, and it's pretty solid though. I mean, it's not very clear.
And even though it's a thin head, you can see it leaving some legs on the glass too. So very, very nice. All right, let's get the nose.
All right. Ooh. Now this is obviously an English barley wine, but
oh my gosh, I just get the richest like caramel and toffee and sweet aromas along with some wonderful raisin right off the top.
Oh yeah.
Big time.
I was getting like prune or dates or something, like something really
Yeah,
nice.
you do. You get other dark fruits. I think you're right. You get some prune on that, but more like a dried fruits, I think, almost, really. Yeah, a lot of dried fruit on that, but rich caramel. You know there's some like great crystal malts in this. And look, man, I gave this a swirl, and look what the head did. Look how beautiful that is now. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, I get almost like a hint of a vanilla. Might be coming from the
wine cask,
barrels.
I would think, yeah.
And I know they didn't say what kind of wine. I get just a hint of some viniousness.
I'm gonna go Cabernet.
I'm gonna say
Cabernet.
Pinot Noir.
Oh, Pinot.
Well, it is Oregon, so it'd be a very educated guess. But I do get just the lightest hint of that. You get a light oakiness as well. A little bit of earthiness to it as well, I think. And a lot of great dried fruits. I could almost see a light, great dried apricot as well, but it smells wonderful. Oh,
what I am getting is thirsty.
And cherry. I get cherry. All right.
Cherry, huh?
I do. All right, cheers.
Well, let's find more flavors.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I gotta tell you.
Ooh. Wow.
This is one of the more fun beers I've had in a while, I think. Honestly. I think it is.
This is actually somewhat creamy in a way.
It is. It's a creamy, smooth, silky texture. And it kind of envelops the whole mouth really well. But there's some good hoppiness on this. there's
There's some solid hoppiness in
yeah.
this.
I'm going to say that they're calling this an English barley wine, and as it ages, maybe when it hits that date, 2015, it may drink more like an English barley wine. But right now, it's drinking someplace between an American and English barley wine.
Oh, exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's very hoppy for an English, but I know that it's going to smooth out. Oh man, this is so tasty. You can taste the wine barrels now in here. I can taste it. It's not oaky. It's like something else that I'm getting out of it.
I do get a bit of the oak, but what you're getting is some of the tannins from this. The tannins from the oak are coming through, so it gives that kind of like, it's not a sharp flavor, but when you combine that along with the hops, those two, it almost creates some mustiness to it as well in a way.
Yeah, I was almost going to say charriness almost in a sense. Like you could really taste like a burnt wood or like a old wood.
But once you get used to the hops in this, it goes right back to that sweetness. But the sweetness, I think, is really well balanced out with the level of hops in this beer. I don't think we mentioned, so this is 11.2% ABV and it's 53 IBUs. So not extremely high for this level. They're allowing a lot of those sweet characters to come through.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. And actually, it's really well done because I think that the dark fruits in there are actually lighter in flavor than you would think when smelling it, which is why it's more of a ruby color than a darker, like a deeper, barley wine as you get out of some of them.
This is a little bit boozy, I will say. Yeah. I don't know whether to say this is on the light end of full. I kind of want to lean that direction, that it's light on the full, because it does coat my mouth really well. It's a moderate carbonation, although, you can see that there's plenty of carbonation because, as I did earlier when I swirled it up, it built a head back. So it's leaving very spotting lacing, but that's still pretty good for an 11.2% beer.
I definitely get the raisins out of this the most, I think. There's a little bit of toffee in there, don't you think?
There are definitely some toffee.
And it's more of a roasted barley to it. It's earthy. That's what it is, almost with a tea essence.
Yeah, I wouldn't say roasted barley because I don't think there's any roasted malts in this, but I would say you're right. You get with the hops, you get a little bit of those tea flavors on it. I think I get some other like medium fruits, like a hints of like apricot and things like that. Some of those medium range. I wouldn't say that I'm getting any date or date sugar. Not necessarily prune, but I would say kind of what I call that sugar plum type flavor.
So I guess what I'm really tasting after we've discussed it is maybe the hop flavors, like a grassy hop to it. This just
almost
fresh
like
and green.
Fresh hop.
Yeah, kind of like a fresh hop. And I don't know if they did that or not, but I enjoy it. I think it's good.
And I do get a little bit of that. I mean, the hop character is very strong, but I get a little bit of almost a fresh hop. And, we're not all that far out of the hop season still. I mean, they may well have, at the time that they were brewing this, they may have thrown hops in off the new season.
Maybe.
I could definitely create that kind of a taste. Well, this is a fun beer for sure. It'd be really interesting to see how this one tastes, assuming that he'll share that bottle with me in a year. But I think it's time to rate this beer. So let's start off with an English-style barley wine.
Yes. Well, I'm going to say for English-style barley wine, obviously it's a little too hoppy.
That's true.
And you got that wine barrel taste to it, which is throwing it off a bit. But, I mean, for now, let's go now, because this is supposed to be good in a year. Gonna give it a 90. I still think it's a really good beer, but it definitely needs to age that 1 year.
Yeah, if I was going to rate this as an English barley wine, I was really close to Christian. Because of the so many wonderful characteristics in this, I have to hold it up. But it doesn't really meet the criteria of an English barley wine. I will give it an 89. If I were to rate this as an American barley wine, it would be a completely different matter because I would definitely be in the 90s on this. I'm digging on it. But overall, now that's a different ballgame. What do you think on overall?
I just think the malt base, the flavors it has going, the hoppiness, Ooh, I'm going to have to throw this at a 93. I know it's going to be better in a year, but this is a good beer already. Like, Dad's already finished his glass. Come on,
I'm
people.
holding off, yeah. I'm thinking I'm liking this one better than this year's Doggy Claws, for sure. I think this Mirror Mirror is a better beer. So, overall, I'm really digging on it. I'm going to give this a 94 on overall. I'm really liking it.
Nice. There it is. The Mirror Mirror from Deschutes Brewery and Clem's Homebrew.
That's right. That's what you're looking for. If you can get a bottle, I'd grab one.
Yeah.
Or grab two and drink one now and save one for later. So what can we say?
Well, life is too short
To drink cheap beer.
and we will see you.
In the next beer review. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.